Testin.
Yes.
Testin. 2 English language words, Testin. The name of your company is Testin. What's the name of the last company that was on stage?
Okay, actually.
What was the name?
Oh,
I'm asking
sorry.
you.
Wait, hello.
Wang.
Hello.
Stay with me.
I'm Wang from China.
I know. I want to ask you a question. Slow down. What's the name of the last company that was on stage?
So.
The last company is sitting in the chair from Israel. What was the name of their company?
I'm so sorry.
Do you remember the name?
A little patient for jet flight. Okay, so I'm from Testin, Wang Jun.
What was the name of the company that was sitting here before? Do you know?
Testin.
No, your company's Testin. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
Okay, sorry. I don't remember.
Okay, you don't remember. That's the right answer.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to make I am beating a dead horse. I'm belaboring the point because the Israeli guy is sort of like, Jason may or may not know what he's talking about. And now I think I've proven my point. It's like 3 people don't know the name of your company. I don't know the name of your company. Jackie doesn't know the name of your company.
Even me.
You just not. But Testin, we all know the name of this company. Testin. It's 2 English language words. Testin. Testin. I wonder if your company has something to do with testing.
So actually the name is from the LinkedIn. So Testin. So Testin is actually the largest mobile app-focused mobile quality assurance platform.
Got it.
4 words. Okay.
Quality assurance, mobile app quality assurance. I get it. Make sure your app is not buggy and crashing.
Yes, you got it.
I got it.
So actually my question is, Azure portfolio, just like Uber.
Yeah.
They got a fantastic, awesome figures in China market.
Yep.
And as our test result, they also have some, challenge and a big challenge with competitions, right?
Yeah, they have competition.
So, as your opinions, how's your opinions for China B2C market? Is there similar like application developers? They can make some strategy as your. Do you have some specific strategy for China market B2C? I mean.
Yeah. So I was on CNBC earlier today talking about Alibaba and the Chinese market. The Chinese market is very unique. You're from Hong Kong or China or Taiwan?
I'm from Beijing. And
from Beijing.
By the way, could you say hi for your Chinese fans, even in the late night?
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, super fans from China.
Your friends.
Yes. Okay. So listen, China is an amazing market filled with great entrepreneurs, but China as a country is very recently turned into a democracy, or I shouldn't say that. It's very recently embraced a capitalistic markets, but it's not yet a democracy. So it's not a democracy. It's its own unique political structure, correct?
Yes.
So I'm going to say that in a very even-handed way. So it's its own unique,
it's a proprietary, right?
It's a proprietary platform, China. Yeah. It has its own unique aspects. Now they've added capitalism to it. When you're 40 years old, 30 years old, how old are you?
It's 40-something.
You're 40-something. So 30 years ago, when you were 10 years old,
oh yeah,
did you ever think you could be an entrepreneur, that you could start your own business?
No.
And travel the world?
No.
So this change is very recent.
Yes.
In your lifetime, you saw Tiananmen Square protests, and then you see now entrepreneurship in Alibaba and companies going public from China in the public market here, correct?
Yes.
So it is very new. And so the fact that the Chinese government has opened things up and that capitalism is working is great. It's a very good start. But I think that for American companies to succeed there, they need to have local partners who can sort of help them navigate this unique proprietary platform.
Yes.
And so it is challenging. Google, as an example of a company, and Facebook have decided, in one case they decided to not operate there, Google, and in another case Facebook has not yet been allowed to operate there, right?
As we know, Facebook is there doing something to enter China market.
They're trying to.
Yes.
They're attempting to get in the China market. Yes. And you have other companies, Starbucks, Uber, McDonald's.
But Uber's there, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are
awesome
there.
Figures.
Yeah. So
even myself invest for Uber maybe 1,000 per month.
Yeah.
For me.
Good. Thank you. So I think it's a very good sign for the world that China has opened up the platform and that the United States and China have become such great partners. It's not for the US to tell China how to do it. Yeah. China has to do it on their own time frame, and they have to do it philosophically as they see fit. So what that means is there's going to be many times where American companies and America and China don't agree, but it's very encouraging that there's more that we agree on now than ever in history. And I can tell you 30 years ago, when we were both 10 years old, in 1980 maybe, I never thought we would be where we are now. And you never thought that you would be here. So the fact that the two of us are sitting here discussing business in China, between American companies and Chinese citizens doing business in America, it means the world is getting so much better, so much deeper understanding, and so much more interdependencies, which means the world will function better. So I am very much in favor of engagement. I used to think maybe, we had to hold the line and demand that other countries, catch up to us in terms of, where our democracy is at. I actually think now I'm watching history. I was wrong. Engaging with these countries, even though it can be difficult at times, has made much more progress. And I think it's an interesting lesson for all of us when we look at countries like North Korea, when we look at countries like Iran, we look at countries like Cuba, Venezuela, Russia. The more engaged we can be with these countries that are maybe even further outside of the international interdependencies, the better. So North Korea is a perfect example. They've isolated themselves, and maybe in 30 years we'll be sitting here, we'll be 70 years old, and I'll be talking, you and I will be here talking to some 30-year-old entrepreneur from North Korea, and they have some idea of how to make the world better. Right now, there's a lot of entrepreneurs in North Korea or in Iran or Venezuela or Cuba maybe, and they have great ideas. I know in Cuba we're normalizing relations. So a more interdependent world where entrepreneurs can work with each other actually does promote social change. So I applaud the Chinese government for being very open to companies working together. I mean, you have customers outside of China, I take it.
Yes, it's about 10% outside of China.
Right, yeah. And eventually you'll have as many customers outside of China as you do inside of China.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. So I think for American companies, it's getting easier and easier to operate in China. Every year will be easier. I think in 10 or 20 years, it's going to be a very free-flowing market, especially if we pick the right president this year for the United States.
Oh, we are looking for that.
Yeah. We're all hoping that we don't go backwards to isolation. So I don't want to make comments on any specific presidential candidate, but what I will say is you have to look at ideas. And we have to decide as a community which ideas, which policies we want in the world. The policy of working together and having people be able to freely travel between countries and work together and collaborate and communicate has, sure, there's some problems now and again with immigration and terrorism's a horrible thing, but net, the openness of the planet and countries working together has really helped humanity in a major way. And so we don't want to go backwards on that. We want to go forward on that. And I think that's where our technology industry needs to speak up a little bit more. We need to be addressing this idea that we're going to build walls and not let people in here or fight with China and try to beat China. We don't need to beat China. We need to win with China. Hey everybody, let's take a moment to thank our friends at Braintree. They have been a great supporter of This Week in Startups, and they are the simplest, easiest, and safest way to do payments. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about checkout experience. That's when people are checking out of your website. And do you know that 67% of online shoppers abandon their shopping carts? They put stuff in it and they don't actually check out and buy the products. Your checkout might actually be letting your customers slip away, and here's why. Your process may not be simple and clear, and you want it to be simple and clear. And you want the call to action when they're checking out to be concise and prominent. The fewer clicks, the better. And you want to let customers pay how they want, whether that's credit cards or debit cards or even these new forms of digital currency, and Braintree allows all of them. So the more options you give them, the more likely they are to check out. And of course, you want to reassure them about security. A lot of people get a little nervous still, even to this day, when they're checking out online, and you want to make sure you display those trusted icons throughout the process. Braintree is the payment platform that offers simple, secure checkout, and they accept every way you could possibly pay in 130 plus currencies. You can learn more by going to braintreepayments.com/twist, braintreepayments.com/twist, braintreepayments.com/TWIST/twist. It's a great product. A lot of my startups use it. In fact, every e-commerce startup I think I've ever invested in uses Braintree. It is state of the art. It's the best company for doing this. They constantly make the platform better. So go ahead and visit braintreepayments.com/twist. It's a total no-brainer. Okay, let's get back to this exciting episode.